Good day and thank you for joining us on Beetv News Update at 3. I am Lee Waitman Johanna. Now the news in details. The Vice President of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, has described marital unions as fundamental pillars of Nigeria's social strength and long-term national development, noting that marriage goes beyond a personal milestone to serve as a vital social institution. Speaking in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, where he represented President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the solemnization of holy matrimony between Deborah Ashima and Mr. Samuel Odoako, son of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume. The Vice President said marriage nurtures values essential for national cohesion, stability and progress. Senator Shettima stressed that successful marriages thrive on alignment, patience and humility rather than perfection. He also noted that as leader from northern Nigeria, he has a moral responsibility to strengthen the political relationship between Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume. In response, both the SGF and Benue State Governor pledged to work together to ensure sustained development and progress in the state.
In the highest esteem. May the peace, the imagined peace, the relationship between the two political gladiators in Benue State, may it become stronger every passing day.
It tells us about the synergy that exists between our son working at the federal government and the leadership up there of the federal government. So it is something to celebrate, and when they visit the states, they become part of us, and then it even becomes easier for us to interact, to engage, even when need arises.
The VP decided not to use his speech. It decided to speak off the script, and so it was very spontaneous, and again spoke from the bottom of his heart. I think he said quite a lot, and I think it also sinks into our mind. We have to internalize and realize what he has said.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has intensified its fight against drug trafficking with the rearrest of a notorious drug trafficker, Nwobodo Chidebere Basil, who was previously convicted in 2023 for trafficking over 30 kilograms of illicit drugs. The suspect was arrested following the interception of 75 parcels of cocaine weighing about 1.5 kilograms concealed in factory-sealed sachets of cold water and bound for the United Kingdom through the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. Investigations revealed that 3 cargo agents were initially arrested before NDLEA operatives uncovered Nwobodo as the mastermind behind the shipment. He was later nabbed at a relaxation center in Ikeja, Lagos. In separate operations across the country, NDLEA operatives destroyed cannabis warehouses in Ekiti State and seized over 1.7 tons of songs and cannabis in Edo, Cross River, Lagos, Taraba, and Abuja. Several suspects were arrested, including a 65-year-old driver apprehended with tramadol and pectazocine in Gombe State. The agency also arrested a wanted drug suspect linked to a 26-kilogram cannabis seizure at the Tinkan Island port in Lagos, reaffirming its commitment to dismantling drug networks nationwide. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has left Lagos to spend part of his end-of-year break in Europe ahead of an official trip to Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanga, stated in a press release that President Tinubu was invited by the UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan to participate in the 2026 edition of the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week Summit, scheduled to hold in early January. The Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week Summit is an annual gathering that brings together leaders from government, businesses, and civil society to discuss and shape the next era of sustainable development. President Tinubu is expected to attend key sessions and meetings aimed at strengthening Nigerians' engagement in global sustainability initiatives. The presidency confirmed that the president will return to Nigeria immediately after the conclusion of the summit to continue his official duties. In Enugu State, about 5,000 families carefully selected from across 17 local government areas benefited from the Renewed Hope Initiative's Christmas food distribution aimed at supporting indigent residents during the festive period. The report.
Representatives from the 17 local government areas gathered to participate in the palliative sharing exercise. The national coordinator of the Renewed Hope Initiative explained the purpose of the intervention, emphasizing its role in reducing poverty and improving living conditions. He also highlighted several ongoing projects under President Bola Tinubu's administration geared towards uplifting Nigerians.
We are here to celebrate with our people, to bring food to the table of everyone, because we know that food is essential to every family. And we are as well going around other states in Southeast to ensure that we have something for people to celebrate this Christmas.
The Southeast coordinator of the scheme detailed the painstaking steps taken to ensure that only genuine beneficiaries from the communities were selected to receive the food items.
The Southeast Renewed Hope Agenda has a structure from the national level to the state level to the local government level and to the world level. So from this structure down to the world level, we're able to identify people who really need these food items and get them across to them.
Beneficiaries expressed delight and gratitude for the food items received, describing the initiative as a timely humanitarian support during the Yuletide season.
I feel happy and I feel good, even though I didn't expect this one, but I thank God.
Thank somebody who initiated it. We thank our president, Senator Bola Tinubu. He's a great leader. He'll be doing marvelous work, and we are assuring him that come 2027, he's rest assured there's no vacancy in Aso Rock.
Evelyn Isabel reporting for Beetv News.
In Kwara State, the indigenous Yoruba community of Ofa has begun a comprehensive data capturing exercise aimed at driving sustainable development through accurate population records. The initiative, tagged Omo Ofa Nini, is being implemented with the permission of the National Identity Management Commission and the National Population Commission. The report.
Ofa is widely known for a strong sense of unity and developmental drive. However, despite these efforts, development has not fully permeated the community, largely due to the absence of reliable data among other challenges. This gap informed the launch of the Omo Ofanimi initiative, designed to create a credible database of indigenes for effective planning and development.
There has been mismatch in the past where we are not well represented in terms of data statistics within the country. And now we say, let us come back home. Let's look within ourselves and see how best we can document ourselves. And that's what informed the name Omo Ofanimi.
What we have put in place now, it will be easy working in sync with the NIMSI to capture the population of Ofa. I believe this will be the first local government in Nigeria that will get 100% population registration under NIMSI in the whole of this country.
And our community, we are taking the lead in this process because this is the first of its kind in the country, and it's as a model. Other local governments can also copy what we are doing, and we are sure that with the support of National Population Commission and NIMSI, this can become a national initiative in no small time.
The project has received endorsement from the National Population Commission, the National Identity Management Commission, as well as the local authorities in Ofa.
We will come to your office here. We will put our NIMSI staff here. we will make sure that you are registered. So any people that comes to this place, as you are doing your registration as some offer, Nimi, we also have our own staffs in this place to make sure that if they don't have NIN, we register them.
And I know in the next 1-2 years, when there will be another census, we already have our own, both the indigent and non-indigent staying in offer, so as to help the federal government on whatever they want to do and the local government chairman.
With the successful implementation of the project, accurate data from OFA's indigent population is expected to support informed decision-making, attract development interventions, and enhance service delivery. Zainab Mohammed reporting for Beetv News.
The Commissioner for Energy, Sanusi Damfalani, has announced that Sokoto State will be shifting focus to alternative energy sources, emphasizing greener energy and solar power to improve energy generation across the state. Damfalani made the disclosure shortly after defending the ministry's budget at the State House of Assembly. He assured residents that in 2026, the ministry will embark on several projects aimed at enhancing energy generation and utilization in Sokoto State. The Commissioner stated that this initiative would support the state's industrialization goals, improve citizens' economic well-being, and increase both personal and state revenue through expanded economic activities that guarantee job creation and effective service delivery.
Wutar lantarki babban abu ne ga ginshiki na samar da ayyukan yi da kuma more rayuwa ga dan adam. Don haka gwamna Ahmed Aliyu ya yi kokari sosai don ya tabbatar da ci gaban jama'ar jiha, kuma duk irin gudunmuwar da aka ba su ya ba su don a tabbatar da an samu ƙarin wuta lantarki a jihar Sokoto, kuma duk ayyukan da ka umarni da wutar lantarki sun bunƙasa.
The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has blamed the renewed political tension in Rivers State on the failure to fully implement the terms of an existing peace agreement. He made this known while addressing supporters during the continuation of his statewide consultation tour. The report.
Residents of the Omohua local government area turned out in large numbers to welcome the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. He said the visit was to thank them for their support and to address rising political tensions, accusing some opposition figures of deliberately frustrating reconciliation efforts.
Chief Awuse was the chairman of the State and General Council. Chief Awuse was sick and went into coma. Instead of praying to God, how does this man come out of this? The next thing they removed him as chairman of River State and General Rulers Council. When they kept Awuse there, he said, go and reinstate Chief Awuse. Go and reinstate him. Until now, it is difficult.
Ahead of forthcoming political campaigns, community leaders and supporters reaffirmed their support for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Minister Nyesom Wike.
How else will we thank a man who is as selfless as you than to stand with you? Because you stand for equity, you stand for justice, and you stand for fairness. And Excellency, you know nobody can intimidate us here. We are the aborigines.
In Ikwere local government area, the FCT minister addressed members of the Renewed Hope family, responding to concerns over recent defections to the All Progressive Congress APC.
If you don't need a strong governor, stay in another party. Deliver president in that party he is. Then deliver the right people in your own party. That one will know you are very strong. Do like we did. Not now that food is ready. You say, oh, yeah, mandate. That one will not give anybody tickets.
Excellency, go home and sleep. You are your entourage. We will never fail you. Forget about those who stay in Abuja and make noise. Excellency, they don't have home at home. That's why they can't come back.
In a clear rallying call to his supporters, Nyesom Wike said the year 2026 will define the political future of Rivers State. Zainab Mohammed reporting for Beetv News.
And in the global scene, U.S. President Donald Trump on Sunday said peace negotiations aimed at ending the war in Ukraine were nearing a breakthrough, following talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, but acknowledged the significant challenges remain, particularly over the future of the Eastern Donbas region. The report.
Speaking to reporters after the meeting, Trump said he and Zelensky were getting a lot closer, maybe very close to an agreement that could bring an end to the conflict, now in its fourth year. He described the discussions as constructive and said progress had been made on most aspects of a proposed peace framework, though no final agreement was reached. According to officials familiar with the talks, discussions centered on a multi-point peace plan that outlines conditions for a ceasefire, long-term security guarantees for Ukraine, and steps towards reconstruction. Much of the framework is said to be largely agreed, with negotiators reporting progress on security assurance designed to prevent renewed hostilities in the future. However, Trump made clear that the fate of the Donbas region, which includes parts of Donetsk and Luhansk, and has been at the center of fighting since 2014, remains the most difficult and unresolved issue. He described the matter as very tough and said it continues to complicate efforts to finalize a deal. President Zelensky echoed the cautious optimism, saying that the talks showed movement in the right direction, but stressing that Ukraine's position on territorial integrity remains unchanged. Ukrainian officials have repeatedly said any peace agreement must respect Ukraine's sovereignty and comply with domestic law, which could require parliamentary approval or broader national process. In addition to Donbas, other unresolved issues include the exact terms of a ceasefire, mechanisms for monitoring and enforcing any agreement, and the role of international partners, particularly European allies, in providing security guarantees and post-war support. Despite the lack of a signed deal, both sides indicated that negotiations would continue in the coming weeks, with technical teams expected to work on narrowing remaining differences. Trump said there were no fixed deadlines, but expressed confidence that with sustained diplomacy, an agreement could still be reached. For now, the talks underscore growing diplomatic momentum to end the conflict, even as deep disagreements over territory and long-term security continue to pose major obstacles to a final settlement. Temitope Oluwafemi reporting for Beetv News.
On business news, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edun, has reassured investors that Nigeria's recent joint security operation with the United States and Sokoto State will not destabilize the economy or financial markets. The report.
Edun said the Christmas Day operation was intelligence-led and targeted solely as terrorist elements threatening national stability, stressing that Nigeria is not at war with itself or any other country. He added that the operation was approved by the federal government and forms part of ongoing efforts to protect lives, economic activities, and investor confidence, noting that security and economic stability are inseparable. The minister highlighted Nigeria's improved macroeconomic indicators, including sustained GDP growth, declining inflation, stable financial markets, and recent credit rating upgrades, assuring investors that the country remains open for business. Nigeria's property sector is expected to witness significant growth as emerging segments such as data centers continue to expand, according to a report by Estate Intel. The report stated that Nigeria's data center capacity is projected to grow more than threefold between 2025 and 2030, driven by rising digital demand and increased investment from global data center operators. It also noted that data centers have remained one of the most resilient real estate segments since the COVID-19 pandemic, while owner-occupiers are increasingly driving properties acquisition and development, positioning indigenous companies as key players in the market. The Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act, NIRA 2025, has emerged as one of the most impactful legislation signed in 2025, significantly reshaping Nigeria's insurance sector. The act consolidated outdated insurance law, strengthened the power of the National Insurance Commission, raised capital requirements, enforced compulsory insurance policies, and promoted digitalization and consumer protection. Since its enactment, the insurance sector has recorded improved GDP contributions, rising investors' confidence, increased market capitalization of insurance stocks, and renewed optimism, with industry stakeholders describing the law as a major step towards deepening insurance penetration and strengthening the economy. Zainab Mohammed reporting for Beetv News.
And lastly, on entertainment news, the family of Nollywood actress and producer Princess Olwell Ademola has confirmed her death, announcing that she passed away on Saturday, December 27, 2025, at the age of 49. In an official statement signed by Adeboyega Adebayo on behalf of the family, they dismissed earlier reports that misstated her age and speculated on the cause of death. The family described the late actress as a proud daughter of Ogun State, a great-granddaughter of the Aleke of Egbaland, and a passionate creative who dedicated her life to acting, singing, and filmmaking. The report.
The Ademola family expressed deep gratitude for the overwhelming support received from colleagues, friends, and fans across the world. They noted that tributes from the Nollywood community continue to pour in, while burial arrangements will be announced at a later date. Don Pedro Obaseki, cousin to former Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki and CEO of Hosamudia Farm, was allegedly attacked and stripped by suspected thugs in Benin City. The incident reportedly occurred while he was playing football, after which he was dragged to the Oba of Benin Palace and accused of being a traitor to the Benin Kingdom. Palace authority reportedly intervened to calm the situation, which happened ahead of a major religious event. Claudia Winkelmann has teased major twists in the upcoming fourth series of The Traitor, set to premiere on New Year's Day. A Christmas Day teaser showing a mysterious red cloak has sparked fan speculation about a new rule or change to the game's format. Winkelmann hinted at intense confrontation, unexpected gameplay, and dramatic moments as the show returns following the huge success of the Celebrity Traitor spin-off earlier this year. Evelyn Isibli reporting for Beetv News.
And that will be all on our news updates. Thank you for joining us. To stay tuned for more updates on our major news at 6. I am Lee Waitman Johanna. Bye for now.